Here we go.
Okay.
Almost there. Of course, we'll only have a few minutes to talk, I think, because we only have till 1:30. But
okay, we're streaming live.
We've got 3 minutes.
Live. So we'll do this also at another time if we need
Yes.
to.
It's a practice run.
This is a practice run. So Sheila and James, why don't you talk a little bit, introduce yourselves and explain what we're doing on this page.
Well, the Writers Table is a resource for writers. So what we hope to answer questions and share our experiences and our resources. So we would love for you to tell us what kind of questions that we can answer for you.
Yes, and you can also leave any comments or email us through the Facebook page about topics you'd like to know about and any questions you have, and we'll try to get answers for you. But we'd love to help share whatever we have. We found that in our meetings together, it's usually James, Sheila, myself, and Mike Kennedy. We have a great time, and I've learned a lot from Sheila and James and Mike. And
we have from you.
Yeah, so
I have absolutely nothing to say.
And it's so important to have a network of writers and people that can share information, because we really are in this alone, aren't we?
We're alone together.
We're alone together.
I think what I like. Writers need their closeness at a distance. So this is a great way for us to network and to share what we've learned.
It really is. And you also find out about all the new things, because everyone hears things from different people, from different situations. And I know sometimes I'll go to an event and I'll get information and then I can share it. And it's really just so important. I feel like there's more people on my team, because sometimes when you're writing and then when you're promoting a book, it's overwhelming sometimes what you have to go through. And there's a lot of stuff to do.
Yes, marketing is really a full-time job.
Yeah.
It takes up all the time. It's more difficult than writing.
It really is, but it's so necessary. If you want to sell books, you have to let people know they're out there. And
right. And you almost, I wish sometimes I had a clone that can do all that stuff so I could just do the writing. And when I started writing my book, I completely forgot. I mean, oh my God, I'm going to have to promote this.
Yeah.
And I do that for clients. I mean, that was my other job. And so when I realized I had to do it for myself, I go, oh my gosh, it's like another job, isn't it?
It is. Well, I'm happy to have to be working now with a publicist, David Ivester, who is just wonderful. And so I don't have to do everything.
And I work with Steve Harrison out of New York, but I still have to do a lot myself.
Yes, you do.
This is all new to me. I'm learning as I go.
Well, James is the chief networker. He's around everywhere in town. And
hey, James, could you take our books with you when you go networking?
he does.
I'll give you a flyer.
Latino Expo, I'll take them.
Well, you know what? I gave James a couple of my books to give away.
Mm-hmm.
And, he'll at his networking groups. And so he will take your books.
That's
Give
awesome.
them as a gift.
I'm definitely going to get you some books, James. Absolutely.
I'll do whatever I
That's
can.
the whole thing. Really, there's when you're a writer and you're doing a lot of your own promotion, you really have to share information to people and have your friends share that, because you kind of have to grow your audience that way. That's one way besides having email lists and your website and doing promotions. What are some of the ways that you've been able to grow your list, Sheila?
Oh, good grief. I have to think about that for a minute. Everybody who contacts me about handwriting analysis, I figure they may be interested in my series because my character is a forensic handwriting analyst like me. So I add them to my list. That's one way.
That's very good. I'll have to make sure I make my PR clients do that.
Yes.
I also advertise in the Ventura Breeze newspaper, and that's helped a lot.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And just even appearing at local libraries and schools, trying to get involved that way. But I think the most important thing that I would like to share is that you really have to keep a database, TV, radio, print, database of journalists who you've done interviews with, who you'd like to do interviews with, because it is a process. And if you send out maybe 4 or 5 pitches a day, that multiplies over time. And it's really good to do that because it can be overwhelming. You could look at lists of hundreds of names and go, oh my God, forget it.
Well, I'm pretty fortunate because as somebody that's sort of known in my field, I get contacts for interviews that I don't have to do anything to get.
Yes.
It's just like I recently did something for In Touch magazine, and I'll be on NBC Radio on the 27th. And they talk about handwriting.
And you do, whenever you write a book and start to do promotions, those people, you have to keep that list because they'll invite you back. And that's what I've done, with my first book when it came out in 2017. I was able to, people would say, we want to talk to you for your next book. So I kept a list of all those people. And then other people hear about you through other things. So you got to keep a great Rolodex database and keep going after it like that.
You should mention the upcoming thing we're going to do with the Ventura Breeze newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be.
Why don't you, James?
Yes, you tell.
Well, I'm not sure of the date. It's in March.
It's the 28th.
Huh?
It's Sunday the 28th.
Okay, good. So
yeah, I think so.
Talking about everything you ever wanted to know about publishing, but were afraid to ask.
Where will you be doing that?
At Mimi's Cafe in Ventura.
I'm sorry, it's the 24th. It's Sunday the 24th from noon to 3 at Mimi's Cafe in Civic View Mall.
Yeah.
This is the first time hearing about this. That sounds exciting.
I told you about it last week, but you weren't listening.
I probably wasn't.
It kind of came together.
You're not the only one that doesn't listen.
The publisher, Sheldon Brown, came up with that idea. So, and I do a lot. I write for the Ventura Breeze, as does James.
I have too.
Awesome.
Just not lately. I've been interviewed for the Breeze.
Yes.
And we're going to write about a psychic, but the problem is I can't get a hold of her.
Well, maybe she'll get a little.
Yeah, she'll tune into you.
James is thinking of me. I better call him. Okay, so what else can we share today? This is really a test, guys. We wanted to practice this Zoom because we're in 2 different locations and we're coming to you live. And I just love this technology. It's kind of awesome.
Fantastic.
So we can also interview other people from other places that might be in New York or, my favorite place, Hawaii.
It's been an experience, believe me.
Yeah, we had to get a little learning curve going with it. But anything else we want to share? Because I don't know how much time we have since we.
I don't know. I thought I would just share 2 books that have been really helpful to me in my writing career. Self-Editing for Fiction Writers by Rennie Brown and Dave King. It's really easy to follow and excellent. Mm-hmm. And Woe is I. I love the title. Where's the other one too? Death Sentences. Death Sentences.
And what's that about? Death sentence for mystery writers?
How cliches, weasel words, and management speak are strangling public language.
Oh my goodness.
These are all about how to write.
Right. I actually have a fun tool, and then I've used it, and it's been helpful to me. Grammarly.
Yes.
Grammarly.com. It's really great.
Yes.
And you could, I don't know about checking manuscripts because it might be very large to do, but you cut and paste, like if you're writing a letter or you just want to get another fresh set of eyes if you've been writing for 10 hours and for a client and you say, oh gosh, I want to make sure this is correct. Stick it in Grammarly. It's really, you don't have to take all their suggestions, but it's a fabulous tool. Mm-hmm. So James,
I have 2 books. One is see it up, Elements of Style. I read that every year.
It's a classic.
And then Stephen King's On Writing. That's an excellent book to read.
Very good. You guys are prepared.
Mm-hmm. You have something.
We're ready to go.
And what are some great organizations for writers? Why don't we take this as the last question for now? What are some great organizations?
Well, for me, because as a mystery writer, Mystery Writers of America and Sisters in Crime, and both have local chapters in the Southern California area and chapters all over the country.
I love Palm Springs Writers Guild. Now, I've done a lot of I was an editor at Palm Springs Life magazine and a food writer. And that's how I know about the Palm Springs Writers Guild. They have incredible resources, fabulous seminars that anyone can go to. And so I would check them out for sure. And I also love Independent Writers of Southern California. Hope I got that right. You can talk. Let me look it up on my phone.
I go along with Sheila to the two organizations she belongs to. It's very interesting.
Independent Association Writers of Southern California. I've had some great seminars through them. They do a lot of webinars and great information. So Independent Association of Writers, Southern California.
Well, I'd like to mention that the Mystery Writers of America LA chapter is having the next meeting, which is on the 27th at the Tam O'Shanter restaurant in Los Feliz. And the speakers are on publicity. And they're having several publicists on the program to talk about what we can do to get publicity for our books.
They should have invited me because I have lots to say on that topic. But anyway, we better wrap it up. I probably, I'll get that information.
SoCalMWA.org, I think it is.
I'm writing it down. Anyway, folks, fabulous seeing you. And we'll be here. When will we be here again?
We'll figure that out.
We'll figure that out and post it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.